This is Collector Dude here. I'm going to show you some of the artwork I've been working on. I'm an artist. I work on stuff for years. I do stuff for other people and I do stuff for myself. I've created a lot of different things over the years. Well, here's some of my art. Okay, this is one of my characters, Dark Blaze. That's his leg. Was inspired by Marvels by Alex Ross. That was something I did years ago. That's just part of him. On Alex, he drew like the part of the body. I thought I'd draw the leg. He drew like the head and shoulders and stuff like that, but just something different. Here is a cartoonier version like Alex Toth, like the Super Friends type version of him, with the X's are where the black is going to go, and the flame, I just left it open so when I color it in it'll be really bright and ink it and everything. But here's a more realistic version of him floating down out of the sky, and we've got to put a sky behind him or buildings or something. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but that's a more realistic version of him. Everything, and then here was like a cartoonier version of him. I was going to show the side of him and everything, and the front, like 3 heads tall type characters, make him look kind of cartoony-ish. So that's him there. And there's a color version of him. Other one I did was going to do a wraparound cover or a poster for him. That's him in the sky. And when I first did him, I drew like the smoke coming off of him. I drew it black as well. But I thought, I said, you know what, to make it so you can see him, so he pops out from it, color the smoke in gray and make the body black with white highlights or gray highlights. So that's him there. And all these are like 11 by 17. This one's a little smaller, but this is him after he changes. His uniform changes. He doesn't want to scare people as much, so he has like a hawk mask on that you can see through, kind of. He can make it transparent or darken it up so you can't see his eyes. But I was going to change the color scheme of him as well. But he still has flame. This was a really early version of him here. The mask was even more hawk-like, like Hawkman inspired. But and the bird was kind of like a Firebird from the Trans Am car type. I changed it up a little bit. But here he is again. He's flying, shooting out of the sky, coming down, and whoosh. So that's him there. You can't see his face as much. I darkened it in a little bit there. Here he is again here. Here's the flame side of his body, and then the new side of his body where he's changed. And he has a different look. So we'll see what happens with him. And here he is again here. The different look to him with the flame wings. And again here. I'm still trying to come up with some type of color scheme for him. How big make the wings. They'll change sizes or something, or they can disappear like when he's walking around things because he doesn't want to catch anything on fire, obviously. But here I came up with a villain. I named him Scumhawk. But this poster was inspired. I got to color it in. It was in ink. It was inspired by Barry Windsor Smith with Conan. If you know Conan, the barbarian poser, or Call. What was the pose with him holding an axe. So his axe has like a glowing power and everything, energy powers, everything. And there's another one. One of my friends inked this, but he's a really good inker. But that's Scumhawk again, and it's like the axe is more metallic here, but he can switch it on to make it energized and stuff. So. Okay, here's like an unfinished piece. You can see what he looks like unfinished. And here's a villain I made up, or what, I'm not sure what he's going to be. But I made this up years ago after seeing, you can see the year 1999 on there. But you can see I made him up from a Kung Fu movie that I saw with him. A guy was fighting a guy, all these people with tennis rackets. He was just beating the crap out of them, and I'm laughing through the whole thing. So I said, you know what? I'll make a character like that. where you can see his body parts and everything, his nervous system through the suit, everything. But had an origin and everything made up for him, but I have to work that out. Here's a bigger picture of him. I named him Racket, but that's kind of silly, corny, but we'll see what comes up. Maybe I can come up with something else for him. And see, here's another picture of him. You can see his brain more. I'm still working on whether I want to have that happen like that or not, or whether it looks silly or not. I got to color that in. Okay, here's another one of my characters, Calamity. So he's a huge character too. He can grow in size. Everything. This was when I was trying to make him figure out what he was going to be. He was like a younger version of him. And you can see working on the head designs. These are a lot of old pictures. I've gone on other things when I seen that. You can see it did this back in '97, but I've gone on to other things since then. But hopefully I can come back to him. We'll see. Here he is again, close-up picture of him. So, and here's another one. We're using his energy there. And here's a color version of him busting through a wall. Okay. And another picture of him. This was inspired by Alex Ross with Superman busting through the wall. Everything, but I didn't ink in the cones on him, the spikes on him, because I was going to make those glow. You can see they glow in the other picture. See there? So I don't ink them, and I don't ink the hands or anything, ink everything around it. But so when I color it in, it has the appearance of glowing. I use a lot of Copic markers and stuff like that. Here's another guy, Armor of God. I named him. But here's his shield and his sword and everything, the boots, everything. He's about 8 foot tall. He's pretty huge. Made him a big guy. Here he is again. And that was Jack Kirby inspired. And here's one for Super Friends Animation inspired on that one. And this one is like him with a shadow going on. I thought that was cool. So, and his big face. I got that like off of Sports Illustrated magazine or ESPN magazine. Here's another one of him flying above the sky, energy going. Let's see, here's one of a robot that I made up. And trying to design the face and everything. I was still in the design phase. These are older pictures I have of him. This is going to be, I named him Neon Red. But there he is floating there. Still have to finish that in. And this one here. Cool. She named her Maystar. She's green here. She has a lot of different outfits and she has a staff she fights with. Different suits. There she is. A lot of different poses. There's more animation style there. More detail. Just went nuts with the detail one day and just said, oh, let me fill this in with a whole bunch of stuff. Here's one. Here made him, he's a really old character. He ages gracefully though. Mighty Cross. Thought he was cool. Here's this one. This one's inspired by the Shazam pose that Alex Ross painted. Him flying. Well, here's some more Maystar pictures. Got them out of order there. Some early images of her. Stuff. Hair changes and everything. So this is going to be a little story I was working on. There's my Aquaman type character. Wrote a story up real quick for that. With all the characters in it, like the Justice League type of characters. They're fighting an alien invasion. Here they are underwater. There's Mighty Cross. There's Calamity. And this character here I named her Shining Star. That's Maystar's mother. She's married to Armor of God, and they have 2 kids together. If I can find the other character, I'll show you that one too. But that was page layouts. This was the 3rd page. Here's Armor of God there. They're fighting an underwater battle. And this was like the medallion, kind of like a Green Lantern type character. He has power in the medallion. They're fighting on the water there. This guy here, that's Godspeed. He's like the Flash. Here's Maystar up here. Here's Medallion. Trying to come up with a color scheme for him. And these were some of the characters. I had a lady wanted me to design some characters for her, where she was going to do something for her church, and she never did it. So I have these just done and nothing done. This was inspired by Alex Ross as well, with his Battle of the Planets paintings that he did. This was supposed to be like a Flash character. They were all teenage kids, teenage boys. Everything, getting powers and then learning to use them and everything, go out and fight evil guys or whatever they're going to do in their neighborhood or something. Blue Warrior type character. This one's the red guy, Red Warrior. And this was another, that's his suit. He got jetpacks and everything, he can fly. Just imagination going crazy, wild and everything, coming up with some cool stuff. This is another one, Purple Warrior. They're all different nationalities, everything, and they were going to have all different powers, everything. He was going to be able to swing through the city or something, kind of like Spider-Man, with grappling hook or Daredevil more so. And this was them out of their costumes and uniforms. Here's a more cartoony version of Red Warrior. And let's see, I have a few more here. This is a character I was trying to come up with, but I might have to change the name because that's taken already. But this is old design that I made up. Red Rocket, but I'll named him something different. This is designed after a guy I used to work out with years ago. He was huge, but kind of like a Hulk type character. He get powers, everything. But here's a villain. Named him High Mind. Gonna cause a lot of trouble. He was. And then another villain here, named him Dagon, but I think that might be taken. So, you know, anytime you come up with something, it's always something new. But that's those for now. I mean, I hope to show you some more soon as I come up with them. But thank you for watching, and hope you like the video, and show some of your own art. Tell me what you guys are doing. All right, you have a great day. Okay, bye-bye.